Oh, Kev will be mad.
It's entirely possible.
For now, in the bottom left, representing Rager Edge Gaming, an incredible organization new to StarCraft with Drogo, Bly, and Zest. He is the French Protoss player. He's in blue. It's Drogo.
And his opponent in the top right-hand side in the red, representing teams Starcom and Russia. It is our Terran player. His name is Braddock. Or Brad, okay, but I asked him in chat before if Braddock is acceptable, and he said that's fine. I don't care.
What a chat. He's been around forever.
Yeah. I was going to say, at this point, he probably responds to Braddock. Anything you say, Braddock's going to be like, yeah. It counts. It's like anytime somebody calls me Craig, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. It counts.
People call you Craigton.
Or no, just like if I say my name and I don't enunciate well, or even if I do, sometimes people don't hear the whole thing because it's not a real name. It's like a fake name that doesn't exist. And people will just be like, oh, was that Craig? And if I'm never going to see that person again, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Sure. That's fine. That's fine. I end up giving people my middle name, like at Starbucks when I have to give my name for my drink. I just give them my middle name because it's so much less weird.
What's your middle name, Creighton? Also,
Dale, D-A-L-E, Dale.
That's not bad. That's okay. I mean,
right,
it's still
like a real name.
It's like half a real name. But I think in America it's a real name, but in the UK that's not a real name. I know one guy called Dale. As we do have a standard opening here. These transitions, we do see it is just a gate expand. Sorry, a cyber expand here from Drogo. Braddock is just going for a Reaper expand with that CC on the low ground. First Reaper. Oh, did he skip it? Oh, he did skip it.
Yeah, a bit of an unusual opening from Braddock. I was going to say unusual opening from Braddock, but it's not unusual for Braddock. It'd be unusual for any other player. Oh my god, the probe getting the SCV kill there. Luckily, his second SCV is here. Probe getting it driven away, so it won't slow much down, but that probe with a kill. God, I love to see a worker with a kill. That's a sexy worker right there, Grant.
Yeah, that worker getting work. He's going back in. He's not even done. He's got the taste now for it. Going to look for a little bit more blood.
Love it. Luckily, second Braddock. But as you said, yeah, Braddock skipping that Reaper opener, going for the double Marines out instead. That's going to allow him to get the factory down right away. And we'll have 4 Marines out very soon to be well defended against the Adept that's making its way across the map now. The bunker should be finished. No, it won't be finished up. But the Marines here should be able to drive away that Adept with some good micro. 4 Marines now. Braddock should be fine. This Adept will not get in for a scout.
No, my only concern with this bunker is it's so far away. If a couple of Adepts came in and shaded into the natural, it's a big old run. Enough time for a couple of workers to go down. If you have 4 Marines in here and they have to run all the way down here to get the kill, that's a problem. But it is in a good position for later in the game if he decides to keep it there, as we do see a Stalker joining the fray. We are going to see an attempt at a scout here. Ooh, that was good timing. But he would have seen that it was a tech lab going onto the factory. And there is the possibility of very, very quick tanks, which is what it's going to be. And very excitingly, Creighton, this is how Braddock opened when he played Mech yesterday. Very, very fast tanks.
You're absolutely correct. I love it, but look at the response from Drogo. Before he even saw that tech lab on the factory, he decided to go with a robo opener. First observer is going to come out here. We'll get across and confirm the fast tanks are coming out, but third base already on the way from Braddock here in the main. And we better see some Immortals coming out very soon from Drogo, who looks like he's dropping a third instead.
Yeah, Drogo's got the money, as the minerals now hit 600. Seems to be focused on something else. There we go, dropping that Nexus now. The good thing about Drogo, and something I've always really admired about his play, is he does scout a lot. He's always been very, very keen on having multiple observers, knowing everything. I call him like the mad scientist of Protoss, because he sees things very, very logically. He plays it like a chess game, but he's also batshit insane.
I feel like Haas is going to have a fit when he hears someone else is being called the mad scientist Protoss. Or Haas is the Warlock, isn't he? Or the Grand Warlock or something?
Yeah, he's something along those lines. Second factory going down, Creighton.
That's it. Braddock going mech again. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so excited, man. Forge behind this for Drogo. He's got the Templar archives, and he has seen that second factory with the Observer, so he knows exactly what's going on. He's going to have one eyebrow slightly raised, but Drogo is not a player who's going to be intimidated by an unusual build. He's seen this before, and he should know exactly how to respond. War Prism coming out. I think he's going to get some initial pressure on and try and strike before Drogo gets to a critical mass of tanks. That's probably the right call, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really love how Drogo's handled this. He got a very, very quick third. It's finished before 5 minutes 10. A standard Protoss third goes down about now. So very fast on that. He's getting every tech option. He's going to get a Prism for Harass, but he's getting a Forge. He's getting his Twilight Council. He's going to start Zealot Legs immediately, so he can start harassing. He's now getting a Templar Archives. He's just going to get everything because he knows his opponent is playing Mass Tank. He is going to sit at home. So, you know, when you have free reign, he's going to play it almost like a Zerg. He's going to expand, get every tech option, and then just roll over him later in the game.
Absolutely. He's got this, got that Warp Prism loaded up. He's going to move on from there, try and sneak into the natural and get some damage done. But Charge Lot Archon going to be the right call. And look at that, 5 gates going down in Drogo's main base, dropping so many extra gates so he can have this swell of army behind the Warp Prism. Once this harassment's over, and he can march across the map before the tanks reach critical mass. Now, Braddock is adding on more production right now. He's adding on 2 more factories. He's adding on 3 SCVs at a time because he's got his own third down. But the Stalker drop is doing so well, drawing only one SCV kill. There's 2, but a lot of lost mining time there, and just being really frustrating. Tank's out though, and that should drive him back. Picks up before the last shot goes down. Decent harassment, but it does give Drogo a feel for how many tanks are out, how much bio is out. Trying to get a feel on what Braddock's doing, and with only 1 tank being seen there, he might suspect that Braddock is adding on some more infrastructure, which is going to embolden him to go ahead and move out, even though his army is pretty limited right now. 5 Zealots and 1 Archon.
Yeah, Drogo going to start moving out and trying to set up possibly a soft contain here whilst he takes a 4th base. I wouldn't be surprised to see something along those lines. You can see his +1 is very close to finishing as well, so he may feel like he can get a bit of damage done. We have no upgrades at all yet for our Terran player, who is starting to get Blue Flame and also +1 ship weapons, vehicle weapons even. But Drogo's army is okay. He can certainly take tank fire, but I don't think he'd want to be moving into 5 tanks just yet. Oh, 4 tanks. He has picked one off in the natural.
Very nicely done. Huge Zealot Warping as well. Going to bring all these Hellbats over. The Hellbat's going to be very distracted. Cyclone goes down as Drogo moves in to the 3rd base as well. The Warp Prism does get sniped down there by the missile turret, but the tanks are going... Oh, pardon, that wasn't the Warp, that was the Observer. Gets sniped down by the missile turret here, but oh my god, the hallucinated...
the high ground vision.
The high ground vision, that's so nice. The tank on the high ground picked off all 3 Archons. Still alive, only 1 tank left, and Braddock a little bit slow here. Drogo just catching him at a critical moment in his production, and there's the GG Drogo with a beautiful timing on that Charge Lot Archon drop. Exactly the right call from Drogo. Well executed, well reasoned, and a very well earned game number 1 for a French Protoss player.
Yeah, and this is all what Drogo. This is all Drogo wanted to do. He got very, very quickly into strong infrastructure, strong drone count. If we take a look at workers active here, let me take a look. He still had 61 workers behind this. He got a lot of money, got a lot of tech, and then he just exploded as his opponent was slowly building his mech army. And that allowed him to take a pretty quick first win. Oh, Creighton, I just denied that. Could you...
How dare you, Grant? We do want to join game number 2.
We definitely do. So that was great there from our friend PtitDrogo.
Yeah, very interesting. No starport the entire game, just all tank, all factory. Trying to get some battle mechs scrubbed in there as well with the tanks, so those Cyclones and Hellions. But yeah, as you said, Drogo just doing everything right. Scouted it out, got his timings correct, expanded where he needed to, and found that timing where the Terran player was a little bit weak in their production cycles. There was a really fascinating Terran Craft article a couple weeks ago about Terran production cycles and moments of weakness for Terran players, talking about like there are normal times in each game where the Terran's going to be stronger or weaker depending on, because all their units come out at the same time, right? If you drop down 2 barracks, then you should have 4 Marines popping out at identical times, which means you're going to have a little spike in power here. And then as the next ones are producing, you'll have a little dip in power. So Drogo just finding out where that wave was going to be at its weakest point, nailing that timing and just crashing through. So game number 2 going to be on Death Aura, and Braddock is going to have to pull something new out of the tank. To try and compete against this, or Drogo may have a very quick day 2 here in the ESL Summer EU Masters 2020.
I'm completely with you, Creighton. I don't think Braddock will go mech again. I just don't. In his games yesterday, Shadowne figured it out by game 3. Drogo figured it out in game 1. He just knew. And there's a possibility he spoke to Shadowne. They are both, of course, great French Protoss players. But for now, in the top left of Death Aura Ladder Edition, he is the blue Terran player. I forgot his race then, representing Starcon Gaming. It's Braddock.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time I'd introduced a player as the wrong race, I'd be the richest caster in the world, Grant. So don't worry about it. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side in the red, it is our French Protoss player representing Team Raise Your Edge Gaming. It is PtitDrogo. Fun fact for you, Grant. You ready for this? A little French tip of the day. PtitDrogo is actually French for small Drogo.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a truth fact.
I knew that one. Finally, in fact, I know.
Some people in the chat might not know, and the Frenchies in the chat who are busy drinking absinthe may have forgotten their own native language.
Yeah, that's true. If they've had a lot of absinthe.
You know, it's really cool because every player, you know, some players like what is it? Lily Canine is Little Rabbit, right?
Little Bunny.
Little Bunny, that's right. Xiaomek is Buddy in Polish, and PtitDrogo is Small Drogo in French. It's these little things you pick up with years and years as a StarCraft caster.
I've got one as well. Did you know that the English player's name Risky means risky?
What? What?
I know. That's some translation for all of you. I'll send an invoice in the mail.
You've blown this case wide open.
I object.
Great. Well, check it out. Another Reaperless expand for Braddock, who is apparently allergic to Reapers. He and Kelliger are like Jack Sprat and his wife there, where Kelliger builds all the Reapers and Braddock takes none for his own. We will see him finally drop down that natural as the Marine chases the probe away. But really interesting choice there not to get a Reaper out, just doing the SCV scout on the other side of the map for Braddock. Yeah,
last time he didn't even get the Marine, so he has already made a slight change, knowing that his command center was slowed down too much, and he did lose that SCV.
Doesn't want that probe to get the glory kill. Any probe with a kill is an absolute baller legend.
Bunker will go down in the front, just to stop any heavier depth pressure and things like that. Any stalker pressure coming in to slow down this command center. When you know your opponent is not making a Reaper, quite often you'll go Stalker first and send him directly across the map. It's going to be Adept then Stalker here from Drogo, but the Bunker should slow this down pretty substantially alongside this Marine. But Braddock's being a naughty boy. Do you know what he's going to do?
What's he going to do, Grant?
This thing, it has these things on him called thruster jets, and what it means is they can fly.
No.
He's going to land it and make Widow Mines in the main.
No, what a cheeky bear. You're absolutely correct. Look at this. Factory into the main. Oh, somebody call every SC2 highlight clip YouTube channel because this shit's about to get featured. Ooh, Hellion coming out into the main base. Drogo has not seen it. Check out Drogo's vision there. A blind spot in the corner of his map. Oh, man. Oh, I haven't seen this in years. I love it, Braddock. You absolute legend.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we love to see here at DreamHack. Incredible creativity here from a player who goes in game one. It didn't go his way completely. You still look how close he is. But it's not going to be seen. And as long as the Hellions, and you can see they're tucking in the corner. Gate is finishing up here.
Hang on,
the observer sees it.
Oh, man. Man, I was hoping Braddock would get away with this, but the observer pops out and sees it. That's going to bring, of course, Drogo all the way back. I'm surprised he's not recalling his units. Does he not have the energy for a recall?
Now they're
good there.
Now Braddock doesn't know he's been seeing because it was the observer that saw him. So we can see now Drogo did make a second observer. He's keeping one at home. And he's also taking a quick fight. That is ballsy despite knowing this is coming. Now there is a sentry.
He's fine. Look at his wall up. Look at his wall up. The Italians can't even get into the natural. They've got to go they've got to go all the way around. And now he's going to move out. I love this. He baited Braddock in to making all those Hellions. The Hellions might get a couple shots off, but they're going to get trapped immediately. And Drogo was like, no, I see you, mate. I see you, mate. Beautiful. Beautiful work there. Oh, sorry, from PtitDrogo.
And Braddock's plan here was to send those in and then send some Marines into the natural, but he was killed and handled so quickly and so handily that his Marines end up just having to come home. The factory is going to be pushed all the way away. It may go and land somewhere else and start producing a couple of Widow Mines or something along that. But it's really not going to be useful. He's smoking, but he's not quite on fire just yet. I mean, look at Drogo.
Carried from the mat. He's smoking.
Drogo's just seen everything in this game.
Man, Robo Bay down now for PtitDrogo, which I absolutely love. We're going to see quick Colossus tech out of him, I think, because it is going to be bio out of Braddock, who's adding on more barracks back home. Of course, with the factory out of position, it's going to be very, very difficult to go mech from here. So Stim coming down, a couple of reads coming down, but with early Colossus out, with the Twilight Council down, Drogo. Oh, he's going to make an immortal, and he was like, wait a minute, I got a Robo Bay going, and whoa. Braddock adding on that tech lab to the command center. You cheeky bugger. This game is going from weird to weirder.
There is that first Colossus being produced here. It does look like Braddock's going to start producing some tanks from this base. He may pick up a Cyclone or two, but I'd be very surprised. I think it will certainly be tanks being produced when the time comes. He just knows he doesn't have time to fly it all the way home, or it's going to get found.
I mean, look at this income graph from PtitDrogo. Oh my god, he gets spotted, forced to lift off. Oh, Braddock, he's having one of those days where just nothing goes right. He's trying all these really cute plays, but PtitDrogo is too good to get caught being cute.
Yeah, this unfortunately here for Braddock, everything he tries, be it a little cheeky or a lot cheeky, it just hasn't worked out. Now, he is still producing a good amount of army. He's up in army supply, but his army isn't going to be great. Upgrades are going to be okay. He's got +1 on the way at a very similar time to our Protoss player, but the tech is just not there. I mean, you'd like to see some sort of factory units being produced here, and there's not going to be any. There won't be tanks.
What does he have to fight against Colossus? A Raven to maybe disable it if he's lucky?
Yeah, Interference Matrix is really the only thing he has right now. Maybe he can find a good angle. Maybe he can get a flank. Does he have concussive shells? No, he does not. But that is on now, just starting as I say that. So Braddock has some stuff going for him. It's just not in... Oh my god, he's going to do it.
Yeah, he's doing it. Choo-choo, baby. Choo-choo!
Choo-choo. Mother frickers. We're going to see a little bit of parting in this game, if parting decided to play Terran. As Braddock is now moving out here with everything he has. He will have stim. He has stim. He will be close to +1. He'll be close to concussive shell. The timing may be a little bit off here, but it's already 2 Colossus. A third one is halfway done. Is there Chrono going into it? Yes, there is. Our Protoss knows that he's playing against something he doesn't want to be playing against. Braddock has to go for it. You have no choice at this point. You leave the game or you press A and hope. Concussive shell's done. +1 is still 15 seconds away. That will be coming up very shortly. But he's going to go without +1. Now, you can see the workers already going down.
That's not the opening you want as a Terran player for sure. The Raven does have enough energy here for 2 interference matrices, so it's possible that 2 of the Colossi will get disabled there. Only 1 Colossus is not going to be quite enough. The Liberator is a cute addition, should get a couple shots off, and will force Drogo to play a little bit more from behind, allowing the Raven to get on top of himself. Oh my god, the aggressive blink from Drogo right underneath the Liberator, snipes the Raven out. 1 interference matrice goes down, but that is the only hope Braddock had. Snipes the second Liberator. Drogo is firing on all cylinders right now, Grant.
Yeah, that takes such giant cojones to blink forward like that in face of this army. He's even going to pick up a medevac. No, not quite. The second Liberator is here. He's going to do a decent job, but the force fields are great. GG is called. And Drogo takes game 2 and the series.